Alright lads, and welcome back to a new video. Obviously a pretty grim day of it here, Thursday in Dublin. I'm going to be shelving obviously the Blair White Brief just for this weekend, obviously for the Dublin Racing Festival. So you're going to get the two preview videos of the Saturday card and the Sunday card instead of the brief this week. And then obviously we'll be back to the Friday episode of the brief next week, which seems to be going down well. I'm glad some of you that are general kind of givers of opinions and all that, and I really appreciate it. Everything, any sort of interaction you want to give, I'm always up for. Anyway, we've got the Dublin Racing Festival this weekend. The only thing that could potentially scupper us all is the frost. Hopefully it's not. Like at the moment, I'm literally just looking outside. It's absolutely lashing rain, which is great because actually it means the ground will get softer, and hopefully then will attract better types of horses. But for now, the overall declarations aren't out. But like the 5-day decks are, it's the Thursday morning, and I'm going to cover the Saturday card. So obviously, as always with these sort of things, if they don't run, well then obviously don't back. It's pretty simple. But if they do run, these are the horses that I think will have a chance. Saturday card, well actually, and the Sunday card, like they're both absolutely smashing cards. 4 grade ones on both days, and it's such a good 2-day festival this. Hopefully I'll get a bit of coverage for you guys, a bit of a, not behind the scenes, but I suppose, you know, from the punter's point of view, from the general person's point of view, into the 2-day period. I'm going to bring my camera up and hopefully we can get a bit of content done. But anyway, we'll start off at Leopardstown on the Saturday, the 12.50, the Nathaniel Lacey and Partners Solutions, or Solicitors 50 grand, Cheltenham bonus for stable staff, novice hurdle. Bit of a mouthful, but it's a grade 1, 2 mile 6, won last year by Tower Bridge. I think it wasn't one of the great grade ones of the meeting last year, but it could be one of the better ones this year because we've got the very unexposed Battle Over Doyen in here at 7-4. Who is going to run in the race. Gordon Elliott is pretty much all but confirmed. And he's definitely got a favourite's chance. It's just whether you want to take that skimpy price based on what he's done so far. What he's done so far has been very good, very visually impressive. I'm not sure what the substance to his grade 1 win is. But that being said, I think actually a lot of people are writing off the form of that grade 1. But I quite rate that Sam's profile at Mouse Morris's. So potentially it could end up, you know, when all of these horses are chasers next year, it could look like a decent enough race. Salsaretta's in here at 4-1, the Willie Mullins mare. Ran in the Mayor's Novice last year, would have come, I think, 4th or 5th, I think, but fell at the last. And has come out this year, won twice, beating Felix Deji over 2-4 at Limerick over Christmas last time out. Obviously, Felix Deji has gone to Frank the Form by winning the Moscow Flyer, although I'm not a fan of Felix Deji and therefore don't really rate his form, so I'm struggling to come to terms with Salsaretta. Darren Ross at 11-2, I think Darren Ross is one of my ideas for a very good each-way chance in the Albert Bartlett. He's a very tough-as-nails horse, never knows when he's beat, but I'd be very surprised if this horse runs in this race. I think he needs 3 miles at minimum, especially on this type of ground. And the one I'm quite interested here at each way play is Dunvegan at 6s. And he's got very good form in the book. He's a good enough bumper horse. And then his maiden hurdle win in December at Ferryhouse couldn't have been working out better. Swordsman back in 2nd, beaten 7 lengths. He went on to win a maiden next time out. Mormon also was in there. He won next time out. And Schoolboy Hours fell when going to be probably 2nd or 3rd at the last. And I think there was actually another horse that was brought down in that. Was it Column of Fire, I believe? It was, yes, the favourite that day. Both of which, Schoolboy Hours and Column of Fire, were pretty well highly regarded. And this horse really kind of pummeled them into the ground from the front under Paul Townend. I don't know whether Paul Townend probably will ride. Oh no, actually there's probably just heaps of Mullins horses. He's probably going to be maybe a David Mullins or something on this horse, but Dunvegan I think has a very good chance at 6s. Out of the rest, I don't know who else is going to really rock up. You know, Animix is there. Be very interesting to see. Rhinestone is one that also interests me at a price. 14-1 for Joseph O'Brien. I think the plan is to come here. Didn't really work out from last time out. So it would be 6-1 and 14-1. Dunvegan and Rhinestone in the opener, both each way plays. I'd be just prepared to give it a watching brief on Battle Over Doyen. I wouldn't be getting lobbed in at 7-4. I don't think he'll be much shorter on the day, to be honest, because it's usually a competitive enough race. Therefore, I'd be willing to just lay eyes on him and hopefully get a bit of each-way money. So it allows him then to piss up and us to potentially still collect a bit of money. Then we got the Ladbrokes Dublin Chase, and I'm not a man for after timing it. Like, I really don't like after timing, because I hate those sort of people that say, oh, look, I got this. Oh, I got Presenting Percy at 25-1 for the Gold Cup, this sort of stuff. Like, I don't like that, but I did back Min earlier in the week at 5-2, because I just went, to be honest, if he runs against Footpad, I think he beats Footpad anyway. And in the end, with the way Min is contracting and Footpad's drifting, makes you feel that Footpad's not going to run at all. Min is now into evens, I see, in Paddy Power here on the Racing Post app, and I think he will take the world of beating. I think, again, if there's 8 runners, Simply Ned is a fantastic each-way bet at 8s or 9s, and if there's less than 8 runners but no Footpad, Simply Ned is still a very good each-way bet. I think he'll beat St. Calvados at Leopardstown. I think Simply Ned is I think he's still underrated. People are trying to find holes in his form. And at Leopardstown, there isn't really any holes in his form. The only horse that's actually properly devoured him at Leopardstown is Duvan. And we all know how good he is. Move on to the Irish Arkle, the Frank Ward Solicitors Irish Arkle. And this is a very interesting race. Larichburg at 13-8, but I'm willing to oppose. I don't think Larichburg is... Well, I think he's a very good horse, but I think he's being flattered by the fact that the Irish novice chasers in the 2 mile to 2 mile 4 division aren't very good. You know my thoughts on Silas Emery. I think the best 2 mile Irish novice chaser is not running in this race, which is Silas Emery. However, the English hold the cards, really. Layler, Kalashnikov, and potentially this horse that's coming over, Knocknanoose, was a really, really impressive horse in his first 2 wins over fences, having departed at Plumpton. He won at Fakenham easily, and then at Newbury really easily. Second last time out back at Plumpton to Master Dino. Master Dino, I think a lot of you guys probably think as well, would have taken a lot of stopping in the JLT Novices Chase this year if he wasn't injured. He's coming over 3-1, and I think he's such an aggressive front runner. On the whole, touch wood, a very good jumper, and I think he could get some of these horses really out of their comfort zone. Hopefully including Larichburg. As an each-way play, it's not great each-way value, but Mengley Khan at 7-1. I reckon I'd put my neck out to say Mengley Khan didn't run within around 8 or 9 pounds of his best at Christmas. I thought he ran an absolute stinker. Obviously, I was all in that day, so I obviously thought he ran a stinker. But no, I wasn't. It just, a lot of the Elliott horses didn't run to form. Like on Stephen's Day as well, Vision D'Honneur was 10 lengths behind Classical Dream, but then went down on to piss up in a maiden hurdle at Punchestown. I don't think, like, I'd be more of a Classical Dream person than a Vision D'Honneur person, but Vision D'Honneur is better than he showed that day. But the thing, and this will be in the Sunday video, because I think the 2 of them are going to run in the Grade 1 novice hurdle, but Classical Dream could yet improve still as well. So we don't know. The 2 mile 1 handicap, Matheson handicap chase, is really one of the toughest races of the weekend, I think. Well, all of them are tough, but this one even more so than usual. And I'd end up plumping, I think, for one of the ones that actually fancied, you've got to be wary of Ted Walsh at Leopardstown. He loves Leopardstown. He loves winning races at Leopardstown. And Kildorrery at 5-1. He'll be in off a lightweight. Could do well. He's a bit of a funny horse. You kind of have to catch him right on the day, but I think he'll go well at 5s. And if you want roughy prices, if they rock up, I think Quamino at 12s for Paul Nolan. Paul Nolan in good form. Brian Cooper more than likely in the saddle. And Avenir Dune V at 20s, formerly high class novice hurdler and novice chaser, ran very poorly really in the Dan Moore on reappearance, but that was his first race for over a year. I think you can pretty much safely say he'll come on for that run. I don't know whether he'll come on enough to go and win this race or not, but if he runs, I think he'll go much better than he did in the Dan Moore. And that leads us on to the big race of the day, the BHP, our Insurance Irish Champion Hurdle. Apple's Jade at 5-4, Super Sunday 9-4, Mellon 5-2, Petit Mouchoir 16s, Farclas 33s, Tombstone 50s. I saw Gordon Elliott even this morning, he was saying that Tombstone probably isn't going to run, so there's only going to be the 5 of them. And it's a tight race. I wouldn't know how it's going to go, but I'd be putting my money at the prices on Mellon at 5-2. I think Apple's Jade is no, she's not exposed. She's really good, obviously. But at 2 miles, I don't think Apple's Jade is really going to be the answer. She does jump off to her right. That will be exposed more so at 2 miles than it is at 2.5 or 3. She's been fantastic this year. There's nothing taken away from that. She's probably been the best she's ever been. But I just wonder with Apple's Jade, you know, this isn't the first time that she started the season very well, and you just don't know when she's going to potentially have one of her off days. I think Super Sunday and Mellon are 2 good horses to think that Apple's Jade should be 5-4 evens. Mellon didn't run very well over Christmas, I'll admit that. You're really taking it on trust from the Mullins yard that he has come forward a load from it, which is what they're saying. Now, some people like myself, I'd listen to the Mullins yard. Some people, you know, think he's a crook, all this sort of crap, which he isn't. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think Mellon will strip a lot fitter for that run. You take it back to that champion hurdle second last year, and surely he's got to go close. We then move on to the Ladbrokes hurdle. Used to be the Coral, well, it was the Ladbrokes hurdle, then it was the Coral hurdle for a few years. Now it's back to the Ladbrokes hurdle. We've got Wonderleish in here at 7-2. And I must say, I'd be one of those people that believes that Wonderleish is still well handicapped. I know that there's some people now going a bit extreme, saying he's a bit of an outside chance in the champion hurdle. I don't think he's that good, but I do think he's probably better than handicaps, and he's running in handicaps again. He's not even off top weight. 7-2. It's not a great price, not the worst price either, though. I've seen much worse, and I think he'll take an awful lot of beating. I know that's not really what you guys want to be hearing. Me tipping up a 7-2 favourite in a massive handicap hurdle, but I think it's the case. And it wouldn't surprise me if this horse is shorter on the day, to be honest. In terms of each way plays, in these sort of races, you can't go wrong each way with Tudor City at 12-1. Realistically, he's not going to win the race. He just doesn't like winning. He kind of finds ways of losing. But I still kind of quite like him, to be honest. I don't know why. It's just because I think he's got so much kind of combat action in these handicap hurdles that he knows them like the back of his hand. And I think he'll run well. And I think Cut the Mustard will run well again. He's at 11, so he's actually shorter than Tudor City. Both of them ran in the same race at Leopardstown over Christmas, coming 2nd and 5th respectively. I think Cut the Mustard is getting the hang of these handicap hurdles and potentially could go close enough. So Wonderleish is the big shout, obviously, and then Cut the Mustard and Tudor City both each way. I think Tudor City at 12 is a very good each way price, especially considering it's the type of race that Ladbrokes themselves as sponsors would probably pay 5 places, 6 places, something like that. So hopefully we'll have plenty of opportunities to get money in the bank. And then we got the Goffs Future Stars flat race Grade 2 won by Blackbow last year. God knows. Can somebody please tell me where Blackbow is? Like, is he alive? I have no idea. As is Carefully Selected. Like, where are they? I need to see them. But I've no idea. Perhaps they're just waiting for softer ground. I don't know. But anyway, we've got Envoi Allen here at 4-6. It's a funny bumper market this year because overall the standard of bumper, like, there's not been kind of that many good bumpers overall, yet I think we've seen probably 4 of the best bumper horses in Ireland in quite a while. In Malone Road, Envoi Allen, Blue Sarri, and then Andy Dufresne's. I think they're all potential monsters. I think Envoi Allen, I was really impressed with him both times out. I'm not sure he's a Cheltenham bumper horse. I've said this before. Because both at Ferryhouse at Navan, it's taken a while for the gears to kick in, but once they do, he's off like a train. It's a 3-mile chaser down the line, no doubt. But 4-6, it's no working man's price, but I think he's pretty much a certainty here, I think. I suppose there's no certainties in bumpers, but I think he's a good thing in this race. And I'd be giving an outside squeak to Ash Hill for Joseph O'Brien. It was very impressive over Christmas as well. He's around 10s or 12s, just if you want an each-way plump. That's it for the Saturday of the Dublin Racing Festival. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel down below. And give me your winner of this year's BHB Irish Champion Hurdle. See you next time.